there, my name is Matt Kolb, one of the producers of the Sexperts podcast, along with my good friend Brian Garrity. Before I begin the show, I just want to give a huge thanks to our guest on this episode, Skye Zentz. Skye Zentz is a musician extraordinaire all around Hampton Roads, Virginia, and she also so graciously made us the little jingle, our official Sexperts intro music, which you've been hearing for the past few episodes. We love it. It's delightful. And also, if you like songwriting and ukulele, and if you're interested in learning how to do both of those fun activities, you can learn from Skye Zentz because she teaches those two classes at the Muse Writers Center in Norfolk, Virginia. Find out more at the-muse.org. Also, this is very fascinating. I'm going to check this out, too. You can see Skye Zentz performing a live weekly Facebook concert every Friday at facebook.com/Skye Zentz. SKYEZENTZ. Thank you so much for being our guest. She is hilarious during this episode. I want to mention a few shows that are coming up at the Push Comedy Theater, so get your tickets online at pushcomedytheater.com. Coming up this weekend is going to be Herald Night. That's long-form improv with my group, Mrs. Pickleburn, as well as a short-form improv riot show at 8 p.m. Those are both $5. And then the following night is the biggest show at the Push Comedy Theater. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. It's called Improvageddon, and I am in the championship team called Monocle, and it is going to be so exciting. I also, right here in the studio, have two special guests. These guys have been friends of mine for a long time. Hi, who are you?
I'm Anna.
Bobby.
Anna Sosa and Bobby Mercer of the Prima Donnas, and you have a show coming up, right?
Yes, August 5th, 10 p.m., Push Comedy Theater.
Civil Wear.
So check that out. It's going to be a blast as well. Without further ado, everything you're about to hear is made up on the spot, so please enjoy this wonderful episode of
The Sexperts!
Turn on your computer, dial up the web, download some information into your head. It's Dr. John and Delilah, they're having a great time. Data to do, it's simply true, we're the Sexperts.
And intro music, and hi there. Welcome to the Sexperts. I'm your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM. That's Certified Professional Midwife, for you people who don't know.
For new listeners. And I'm Delilah Haydair, fast food restaurant flag raiser.
Absolutely. And we're coming to you live every week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, to give you, our fellow listeners, a little sneak peek into the minds of sex. Okay?
Sometimes you can't do that once a week. You gotta do it.
Yeah, 3 times a week. And there's even studies that show that. But so we are here at a pumpkin patch, which it's off season, so there aren't even a whole lot of pumpkins, but that's okay. We're going to make the most of it today.
Frankly, I like it that way.
Because we have a wonderful guest who actually wrote into us, and I'll read the email in just a little bit. She's off I think she went to the Porta-John, but we'll get her back in just a little bit. We have a beautiful topic today, and it was sent in to us by a man that is actually from the, let's see, his name is Ed Carden, and we've all heard of the Taint.
I think you're reading that wrong. I think it's Ed Cardigan.
Ed Cardigan. Yes. We've all heard of the Taint, and we know what maintenance is. If you put those two together, what do you get?
I'm going to go on a limb and say taintenance.
Taintenance is the topic of the day. How to maintain and procure the best taint the world has ever seen, or at least this pumpkin patch has ever seen.
Yeah, when you want your taint to stand out in the crowd.
So we'll be talking all about that. But tell us a little bit about. You're working in the fast food industry now, which you've been in and out of fast food, right?
Yeah, that's sort of been my Achilles heel throughout my career.
Your mom must have dipped you fast food foot first. Or last.
I was nearly. If I was going to be a female, I would have been named Wendy because I was conceived at a Wendy's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your mom was really into the female names, wasn't she? Let's see, Wendy, she's Delilah.
Delilah is not a female name, contrary to popular belief. Deep Southern Delilahs were aplenty. Man Delilahs.
Just like Percival's.
Yeah.
Percy Jackson.
Yeah. So, anyways, I got a job where it's mostly a morning job.
Okay.
I have to get up. Crack of dawn, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And I go to about 90 to 115 fast food restaurants around the area here and raise their flags.
Wow.
First I do is I check the news to see if we're going all the way up or half-mast. If it's half-mast, I get to sleep in a little bit.
Wait. that just save you like 1 extra minute or something?
Times 97, bro.
Oh, actually, yeah, that makes sense. That's
Yeah, so
97 minutes.
I hate to be one that roots for national tragedy. But when I'm a little bit tired, sometimes it's well timed.
Man, well, we'll have to talk to Dick Fantastic about the half-mast. He knows tragedy. But anyways, let's actually... Oh, here she comes now. She was... You actually have a little bit of toilet paper, but that's okay. She's from the Porta-John. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Hi there. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm so excited. I've never been on a program on the radio before.
Well, that's perfectly fine. We'll guide you
Still
through.
haven't.
Yeah, technically we're recording it live, but then it I'm not sure. You have to give me how it works again, but
I've got a diagram we'll send you home with.
yeah, flowchart. But thank you so much for your email. And everyone, this is Maggie. I'm going to go ahead and read this out. Now, it's kind of a long... I may kind of truncate it a little bit, but...
sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Sorry.
No, I get bored, because during the day, all I'm doing is sexperting. Hello, Dr. John and Delilah. I hope you're having a positively excellent week. I appreciate a pun. My name is Margaret, in parentheses, Maggie Miggles, and I found your show while researching Tidewater Youth Ministries on the web, which we actually had on... what was his name?
Kenny.
Kenny B. You work with Kenny B?
I hope to. I hope to in the future.
That would be delightful.
Yes.
No, that's not a pun. Okay.
That's just an emphasis on a syllable.
I was tickled to listen to your podcast. We'll clue you in later. I have trouble with that word too. As I am a great fan of laughing and of sex education. A little bit about me. I'm 47 years young. I like that. I like your wordage here. A cat photographer, a professional musician. It's getting a little much now. And an avid jazzerciser. Heard you mention you accept special guests in your show. Blah, blah, blah. Feature length. Oh, you produce a feature length film starring 16 of your foster cats.
That's correct.
Which I'd love to discuss. Is there an application process? Please let me know how I can schedule an appearance with you. Have a perfect day, Maggie Miggles. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this movie, feature-length movie.
Yes, I'm very excited about it. It's an original kind of offshoot of the Jesus Christ Superstar musical. You might be familiar. Yeah. And it's entitled Jesus Christ Cat Su-Purrrr-Star. and it's starring 16 of the cats that I fostered from birth in my home. It's my home studio apartment in West Ghent on Westover Avenue.
Yeah. For our worldwide listeners, that's a place in Virginia, United States.
Yes, and some of those cats are still living, so they will be attending the screening, which will be happening at a community center, TBA, sometime later this fall.
I've never been to TBA.
This is to be announced.
Okay, good.
And the cats are really excited about it, and we've been corresponding a little bit with Andrew Lloyd Webber's people, and they say that there's no lawsuit pending currently.
I mean, the guy doesn't have a monopoly on cats. You can't patent cats. You can't copyright cats.
If he'd have replied, no lawsuit pending currently, I'd have felt a little bit better about your odds.
That's a good one.
Did you say Jesus Cat Su-Purrrr-Star?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's Jesus Christ.
Su-Purrrr-Star.
Okay, good.
There's lots of purring.
So there's 16 cats. I imagine there's 12 disciples, one Jesus, probably a Mary Magdalene.
It's an ensemble, so some of the disciples also play other minor roles.
I couldn't tell one cat from the other. I gotta be honest.
Our Pontius Pilate also plays one of the disciples.
I've got a critical question.
Yeah.
Will this be out on DVD before Christmas? Because I've got about 11 aunts and 3 sisters that, my shopping list will be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping for a DVD release by next Christmas. This year we'll be releasing on VHS and Laserdisc.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
Oh God.
I can't stop.
I'm always thinking about purring.
so fun.
This seems like a good time.
Yeah.
I brought some cat stickers, and I thought that maybe I could distribute them to you because I love your show, and I'm just a very big fan of your
Should
work.
I take my shirt off?
Take your shake your purrt off.
You're crushing it.
Oh my God. Yeah, and actually we emailed back and forth. I'm actually allergic to cats. I'm not allergic to these stickers unless they're scratch and sniff.
They're not.
Good.
But it is sort of a personality test when you pick out a cat sticker. It does say something a little bit about you. And I've studied cats extensively for many years. So if you pick one of the cat stickers, I can tell you a little bit about who you are.
This is mine. What does that say?
Okay, so Dr. John has picked a gray tabby with a black spot on its back, and the cat is facing away from the wearer of the sticker. So you can tell from that John T. Alaniz might have a little something to hide from the world.
I picked it because it looks like a mushroom or like a maraca. I didn't know it was a cat.
Oh, maybe you know how to have a good time then, just like the kitties.
I've been told I know how to have a good time.
Speaking of choices that say a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, and that's actually the backside of the cat, which is right where the taint would be, which is our topic. Thank you so much, Delilah. Sometimes you're on point with this stuff. Our topic of the day is taintenance, and we may even talk about cat taints at some point because they're probably really hard to manage. But
speaking of
sound like taint.
Taint.
Okay.
And we'll get to it in a little bit. Yeah.
Speaking of maintenance, I saw a television commercial the other night that I'm going to call a lie.
What was it?
It said, "Do not change your oil." They have oil out now that'll take a whole year before you have to change your oil again.
Is this real?
I was asking for help with that.
I think it sounds. I think
too good to be
it sounds
true.
like it's a lie because if you don't change your oil, it can actually erode your arteries.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Or I was speaking of automobiles, so maybe carteries.
This, we should start a new podcast. It could be called Puncast, huh?
Puns of fun.
You're better at than me. Actually, we don't have oil, but we do have one of our sponsors for the day is Everlube. Everlube. Buy one bottle of Everlube, and that's all you'll ever lube need. Yep. So it's actually very slippery. I actually spilled a little bit on my kitchen floor. I still can't walk on my kitchen floor without...
They asked us to cue Once in a Lifetime after that, but we don't have the rights to that, so...
The Talking Head song?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the connection here.
The one bottle is all you'll ever need. Once in a lifetime. Didn't mean to be too sorry.
I'm slow in the uptake. Choose your sticker, Delilah.
Oh,
I want to hear it. This is very fun. This is very relaxing. I like the color sometimes, too. The Certified Professional Midwives of America, the CPMOA, they put out a coloring book every year with certified professional midwife scenes that you would expect to see as a midwife, and then you color them in. I use a lot of pink. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so Delilah's chosen a green cat.
Ooh.
Who's riding on some sort of a stick or broom.
I thought it was a gun.
Oh, well, some would say this has to do with witchcraft, but I would say this means that you're well tuned in with nature and the world around you outside.
Oh, it made me think of hunting cats.
Oh, God.
I find that very offensive.
No, I think you mean cats that are made for hunting, like dogs, like beagles. They were bred to hunt.
Dogs. Okay, right. Yeah.
No. In Egypt, they hunt with cats.
They hunt with cats. They don't have dogs in Egypt.
They're huge.
You ever see a hieroglyph with a dog in it? Don't. Ruff, ruff.
Some dog-looking cats, but that's just a cat in denial.
Damn, those are some dog-looking cats.
That's just a cat in denial.
Yeah, when a man's been bad to you, they say he's a dog.
Yeah.
Notice they don't say he's a cat. So
that's what
I think there's some real meaning in the social lexicon of
usually
today.
That's when a guy's really cool. They're like, "Hey, look at that cool cat."
Right. So see, cat equals good. Dog equals dirty, low down, don't even want to touch it with a 4-foot pole.
Oh, my God.
That really makes me confused why I'm drawn to this cat on a gun. But.
Speaking of 4-foot pole, we're going to get to our topic today, taintenance, which we actually have a 4-foot pole in here, which is actually very conducive for taintaining your taint.
Well, and 4-foot poles, that sounds like you're just asking little people who they're going to vote for.
Oh, no. So a poll of 4-foot people.
Yeah, because, they're really... Politics these days, they're really chopping up the electorate into really small targeted groups.
You're right,
Soccer moms.
I think that's why Hillary Clinton did not win, is because all the Michigan ads were targeting little people.
A lot of her ads They couldn't even see.
You know,
They were too high.
There's actually a large internet following of little people, big cats.
What?
So, some smaller people who aren't as large in stature, they get large cats, and it helps them kind of feel somewhere in the middle with their height.
Is this a thing where like they're so large and they're so small that they could ride a cat, or is that like? Am I thinking He-Man? Because that's
I've seen it on Instagram.
I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to do hallucinogenic mushrooms again. Yeah. But if I do, I'm going to take them in one of those houses with the little people and the big cats. That is where I will do mushrooms next.
You know, I got to admit, I get it. You like cats. We've been talking about cats for feels like 5 hours at this point. But what is something else that maybe the world doesn't know about you?
Oh,
Don't say cats.
Yeah, you can't say cats.
One thing is that I actually went to school for music engineering.
Music engineering?
Music engineering.
No way.
Yeah. So it's sort of like where you look under the hood of a car, but you look under the hood of music.
Is there a... this is blowing my mind. Is there a hood of music, or are we talking metaphors here?
I mean,
I don't know.
It can be as existential as you'd like for it to be, but essentially, I went to school in Canada with a lot of liberal arts women with short haircuts and
big cats,
and we together learned how to take apart the true nature of melody and the spoken word, and how to then infuse it with the electronics of the atmosphere to create a really beautiful pop song.
For your cats.
Well, I only started applying it to the feline species within the last few years, but I went to school for music back.
Was there some sort of trauma, or what got you into cats? I assume trauma.
It's a bit of a dark story, actually.
Yes, this is the time.
Well, I was dating a man named Joe, and Joe had a large Rottweiler, and the Rottweiler got into my wardrobe one day and chewed holes in everything.
Golly.
Much like Joe chewed holes through my heart.
And that's a good metaphor.
And
that one we get.
So
Been there.
I kind of went into a dark place, and I crawled into my closet for 3 weeks, where I ate Nabisco shredded wheat and cried, writing songs and figuring out what the sound was I was hearing on the other side of the door. And it turned out it was a small cat who had gotten in while
God.
Joe and the Rottweiler had gotten out of my life. And when I found that little tiny kitten, everything made sense, and I decided to devote my life to cats.
Is that when you wrote the Super Cat Christ-Star?
I've always been a fan of Jesus Christ Superstar, so that movie and the soundtrack on vinyl really got me through that hard time, and then I started choreographing cats singing the songs from Jesus Christ Superstar. So I named my first cat Judas.
My guess is when Weird Al caught wind of that name, he bit his finger.
Oh,
should have been mine.
Oh, I was on it. Well, I do want to. It's mailbag time because we always get mail, obviously, like tons of emails. This one spoke to me though. This one really. So maybe you can talk about this. Let's see. This one's from someone called PCT. I assume it's from the Patrick Taylor or something like that. Patrick Taylor says, "I know it's okay to have sex during pregnancy, but what about sex during childbirth?" Which he's absolutely right to ask me, because I am a certified professional midwife, and I came across this so many times.
Yeah. My wife and I discussed this for 9 months. Like the moment we conceived, we got to talking about whether or not we were going to do that. Because
there's many different, obviously there's a baby coming out one hole, and there's multiple holes, so there's... Yeah.
I don't know much about childbirth or children, frankly. I feel like my womb dried up around the time that Joe and the Rottweiler left.
Could you feel it?
Just, metaphorically again, under the hood of music.
God. I'm starting to wonder if I'm on the spectrum. I'm not down with all these metaphors and stuff.
I feel like we had a poetry reading.
but yeah, I think that that children are beautiful, but cats are just more so. So maybe we should all steer away from childbirth and more towards cat breeding.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of time on my hands. People actually don't really want a male midwife, and so I could go into something else like maybe cat midwifery.
Yeah, why don't you just foster some kittens?
I am definitely allergic, but besides that, I don't know. I don't see why not.
They've got hypoallergenic cats.
Get out.
Speaking of deadly allergens, we really need to get back to our topic.
Oh yeah, Taintenance. Oh my God.
What? How? I'm sorry. How is that spelled? I'm unclear what you're actually saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people are good with metaphors. Some people are good with spelling. I'm the latter. T-A-N-T. We'll put a hyphen in there. E-N-T-A-N-T-A-I-N.
Taintenance.
A-N-C-E. I gotta write this one out.
I have a friend named Nance, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's
guy or girl.
Nance. She's a woman.
Yeah.
And she's actually the head of the rugby club.
Yeah.
Down the street. And she assisted on Jesus Christ Cat Su-Purrrr-Star with lighting. So I just want to give Nance a shout out.
Oh, hey, Nance.
And I hope her rugby team does well in their game.
I hope so too. Let's see. We had so much to talk about today. We're unfortunately running out of time, so we probably won't be able to talk about Taintenance a whole lot. But
I've got a 15-step chart.
Yeah.
Dedicated to Taintenance. Where to start?
I know you work so hard on that, and it's kind of your life's work.
When I was done, I could see my reflection in my own taint.
God, that's a metaphor.
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Straight up.
God.
I would just like to say for the record that I did find that very entertaining.
Oh, yes.
You could eat dinner off my taint.
I'll consider that. Maggie, you have been such a delight. Besides, now we can. It's going to be on Amazon, right? Directly Laserdisc
no, just Laserdisc and VHS at first, but then we should be breaking into the thrift store market very soon after that.
Wait, you go. Oh, I see. You don't sell directly to thrift stores. You sell to people, and then they thrift them, which is good.
It's a success when you see your art in a store and people can buy money for it. It's
absolutely
a success.
Whenever Michael Stipe walks into a thrift store, he always sees at least one copy of Automatic for the People. That's just how good that album was.
Well, and if he doesn't, he goes ape shit.
He goes Stipe shit.
You're so good at puns.
Well, thank you so much, Maggie. You have been a delight. Please come back in the show, especially and talk to Kenny B because I think he's looking for a music director. I know you're into music engineering, so that would be really great. We're going to check out, and everybody should check out the Jesus Cat Su-Purrrr-Star.
Kenny B might be willing to do a live staging of it at one of his summer camps.
Oh, God, we should only hope. Well, that's all the time. Again, we'll put up the chart online for those of you who are curious about Taintenance and who are really dedicated to your taint.
And maybe some sticker photos of everyone with their stickers.
Absolutely. So this has been another delightful episode of The Sexperts. I am your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM.
And I'm Delilah Haydair. And if the USA Today is listening, I'm already there raising the flag. I could just drop off your papers, right? So hire me.
See you sex time.